When it comes to Man City, I beg, play Stanley. It get why. Chelsea should win this game. It should be an easy win for Chelsea. Gusto at that right back. Yes, guys, welcome back to KMV, the number one Chelsea fan. Yes, Premier League is back and Chelsea Football Club will be hosting Manchester City today at the bridge. That long-awaited day is here. As a fan of Chelsea, I'm so positive going into this game. I know Chelsea can make an impact, but it all depends on Enzo Maresca. On this video, I will be discussing with you guys the best Chelsea starting 11 that could possibly win this game. The players who I believe should start, those I believe should be a substitute, and those who should not be on the bench. We are also going to discuss about the latest update on Chelsea. But before we go into all that, I would love to know your prediction for Premier League 2024-2025. Who do you think will win this Premier League? Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, or Bournemouth, Leicester City? Where do you think Chelsea will end up in this season? Top 4, top 5, or maybe win Premier League? I would love to see what you all think about Chelsea's campaign for 2024-2025. And also, I have seen how this Premier League started with fire. Arsenal won and kept clean sheet. Manchester United won and kept clean sheet. Liverpool won and kept clean sheet. Like, everybody is just keeping clean sheet. Man City against Chelsea. It sounds so scary, but I'm positive and I know what Chelsea can do. Without wasting any time, starting from the latest update concerning injury, Maresca said all players are fit at Chelsea except for Reece James. So there is no too much worries. Last season, Pochettino never made a press conference without mentioning a player who is injured. But this time around, it seems to be different, and I'm hoping we can keep up with such energy. Being injury-free is what I love hearing about Chelsea. Now, starting first with my starting 11, or let's start first from the formation. I know Enzo Maresca loves possession, but possession needs to end up with a win. And I think Enzo Maresca will repeat that same formation we used against Inter Milan. 4-2-3-1. I will explain. And Enzo Maresca also loves to play players out of position, meaning when we have possession, he loves to invent players from left, right backs into midfield. For example, Cucurella, Gusto, James, and the rest. And most of times, it doesn't end well based on, say, these players are not experienced with such football. But I hope as time goes on, these guys will be more experienced. So, who should start at that goalkeeping position? Robert Sanchez, Philip Jorgensen, or Petrovic? Well, according to Enzo Maresca, Sanchez is his first choice goalkeeper. Sanchez will lead Chelsea this season as the number one choice goalkeeper. And I will not be surprised to see Sanchez starting this game against Manchester City. But personally, to me, I would have preferred Philip Jorgensen over Robert Sanchez. We all know how good Philip Jorgensen is. He hasn't played that much with Chelsea, but based on his performance with Villarreal, this guy is tremendously good. I also believe in Sanchez, but I think sometimes this guy makes a lot of mistakes. I'm not hoping he will make mistakes during this game. I hope he will make an impact. I hope he will keep clean sheet. Now, talking about that left back, we don't have a lot of options. Chilwell will definitely leave Chelsea. I said this thing before transfer window was even open. And Enzo Maresca came out 2 days ago and made it clear that any moment from now, before the window closes, this guy will leave Chelsea. And looking at Cucurella, who has been in the form of his life, looking at Cucurella, who is on fire, can you bench him? Who do you want to play ahead of Cucurella? For me, Cucurella has to handle that left back. Talking about that left center back, I don't think we can start Bade Shield over Levi Colwill. Like, it's impossible. And I believe Colwill playing at that left center back, he is so confident, he is smart, fast, even though he really did not have a good preseason. But I believe in this guy. I have watched him playing under Mauricio Pochettino at that same position, and he delivered. So I am not changing my mind on Colwill. Moving on to that right back, there is a saying that when there is an opportunity in front of you, make good use of it. And I believe Gusto has understood that statement properly. Like, Gusto at that right back. I know James is an influential player. I know James is very quality. I know James can change a game in no time. I know James is one of Chelsea's best player. That is a fact. And one of the best right back in the world at the moment. But based on his performance recently, or more, Gusto has to start. Not just because he has been banned from playing Chelsea's first 3 Premier League games of this season, and as well he had an injury, but if he was available to play, Omo, I will still pick Gusto ahead of this guy at the moment. I think Gusto is more in form. Definitely, he will deliver. He has delivered, and I know he will deliver. Talking about that right center back, well, it has to be Tosin. We can't play Disasi. We can't play Disasi. For me, Tosin is more smart. He finds it more easy when Chelsea are in possession to move ahead with the ball. He can make really good jumps to play header. He's tall, smart, and confident. So I will give it to Tosin and see what he can do. And as well, he really did not have a good preseason with Chelsea, but I think believing in him is the best option at the moment. Talking about that midfield, I will give my prediction at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around and don't forget to click that subscription button, because I am number one Chelsea fan. Why I was drawing this lineup, there were players who I really felt bad not involving them from that starting 11. Like, I really thought Lavia should be there. I think he should be there on that starting 11. But at the same time, Rhys James is injured, and Enzo Fernandez at the moment is Chelsea's vice captain. And if Rhys James doesn't return, definitely now Enzo will the captain Chelsea throughout this season. Which is why I will start Enzo, Caicedo, and Cole Palmer as an attacking midfielder. Omo, it's difficult to put this particular formation like this, so it's difficult, and I know most of you will not agree with me on this one, playing Palmer as an attacking midfielder. But I am just drawing this line up based on our coach Enzo Maresca. He said Palmer will play more centrally, and looking at Cole Palmer playing at that midfield, there is a lot of flexibility. Palmer can play in almost every position. Him and Madueke, they can exchange. Palmer can play as a right winger. He can even play as a first striker. So to me, Palmer doesn't have a particular position on the pitch. Just playing him at that 10 rule means creativity, flexibility, dominance, controlling the game for Chelsea at that midfield. Now, looking at that left wing, who should start? We have Neto, who can play both wings. We have Mudryk and Stanley. Who should start? I know most of you will be like, Neto should start. At some point, I was thinking about Neto starting, but when you look at what we have at hand at the moment, Kunku should be there. Kunku will play that left wing. I don't need to explain much. Talking about that right wing, it has to be Madueke. Yes, I will play Madueke there. He hasn't been the best player yet. He's not Messi, he's not Ronaldo, but his impact, his energy is there. His creativity is there. The fighting spirit is there. I know he will become a better version of himself as time goes on. And now the last but not the least, that striking role, which is Nicholas Jackson. I know some of you will say, don't play Jackson as a striker. They miss a lot of chances. Play him as a winger. Well, that's true. Jackson misses a lot of chances, and he is even better off as a winger, not a striker. But Omo, you can't deny the fact that in every team, you need a striker. You cannot deny that one. Look at Manchester United last night or yesterday, 2 days ago, against Fulham. Bruno Fernandes from the first half was playing as a first striker. How many chances he missed? How many chances did you see Fernandes missing? Looking at the second half, that guy came on. Is it Joshua Ziki? Waiting, then they call him. How many minutes did it take him to score? How many touches did this guy make in order for him to score? That proves, as a striker, no matter what a football team does, you are being needed. And Jackson is that striker who can play. He will play, he will score. I will not be surprised. Don't get me wrong, Jackson misses chances for sure, but his potentials are there. His quality is there. Until we get a striker better than him at the moment, for now, na him go dey lead Chelsea as our number 9. When he gets tired, maybe we can play Mark Gue. We can make changes at that left wing. Neto can come in. And I also believe Raheem Stanley is a second half player. Stanley must be involved with this game against City. Like, Stanley can stay on the bench in Chelsea's game throughout the season, but when it comes to Man City, I beg, play Stanley. He get why. You get? He get why. I would love to know your formation. I would love to know which player should start, which player should not start, and as well your score prediction for this game. To me, Chelsea should win this game. It should be an easy win for Chelsea. And one thing I will advise Enzo Maresca not to do is don't build from the back. Do not attempt to build from the back. If not, we go concede a lot of goals. Do not attempt to do that. City have elite strikers, elite wingers, and they have good midfielders. Imagine making mistakes from the back. Erling Haaland will just, that hat trick will repeat itself again. You get? That is one thing Enzo Maresca should not do. And now, talking about the latest update which has been running up and down. Victor Osimhen to Chelsea, Joao Felix to Chelsea, Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. Well, the truth is, these news are really true. It's getting closer and closer every day. From last night news, Joao Felix and Chelsea already reached an agreement. Joao Felix said yes to Chelsea, and as well Victor Osimhen still on his opinion on not reducing his salary and his release clause. He said he will not take a salary cut. If Chelsea wants him, Chelsea should go in for him. And I have seen is it John Obi Mikel running up and down saying he has sent text left, right, center, forward. Osimhen will come to Chelsea. He is that striker who Chelsea needs. Well, if we can't get a proper striker, if Osimhen doesn't want Chelsea, let him stay. We cannot beg Osimhen to play for Chelsea. If he doesn't want to come, good and fine. I understand. Chelsea can still survive without a striker. Let it not be like a striker coming to Chelsea or Victor Osimhen coming to Chelsea means the problems which we have is being solved. No, it will still be there. If we don't have elite wingers who can fit Osimhen to score goals, we will still not score goals. Osimhen no go score goals. Him go flop. If we don't have those wingers who can provide him with assist, then don't expect Osimhen to do signs and wonders. You get? So it all depends on the wingers. You get? The problem for Chelsea is still there. Regardless of Chelsea getting a proper striker, it will still be there. We need wingers who can do the needful. And I believe Pedro Neto, who is as similar as Reece James when it comes to injury history, if he can stay fit, definitely he will deliver. So let's just believe and hope for the best. For now, let's cut it short. Drop your predictions in the comment section and please click that subscription button because I am number 1 Chelsea fan.